Signed by LizzeXX, we're on chapter 6, which is the final part for the Christmas invasion. So let's just get right into this. And if you want to follow along, chapter links to both archive and the fanfiction are in the description below. For you to follow along, there's not really any difference except archive has embedded pictures, which has like pictures at the end of like chapters, which it will have for this chapter, I believe. So like for each episode. So yeah, which I highly recommend you do. So without further ado, let's get right into this, shall we? With Chapter 6, The Christmas Invasion, Second Chances. Wait, ha! Rose's eyes widened, staring in shock as the burning remains of the ship fell to earth. What's happening? Jackie put her hand over her mouth in horror at what had just happened, and what their beloved Prime Minister had just ordered. The doctor turned from the sky back to Harriet, walking towards her angrily. That was murder. That was defense, she argued. It's adapted from alien technology, a ship that fell to Earth 10 years ago. But they were leaving, he countered, still angry. Now I knew. Now I understood Angel's words and why she hid them away in the TARDIS. He noticed it had been quite obvious when she faced Daleks that she didn't like death. She understood that everything had a time, that all things must die at one point or another. Accepted it, but it didn't mean she liked it. It didn't mean she enjoyed watching it happen. Even with all the power of the vortex spraying through her, she hadn't killed any of the Daleks, her most hated enemies, but stopped them. She couldn't bear to watch as Harriet ordered the death of a cigarette, enemy or not. She couldn't bear the fact that there was nothing they could have done to stop it happening, not in the time they had before Harriet gave the order. She had been right again. He hadn't wanted to see that. You said yourself, Doctor, Harriet pulled him from his thoughts. They go back to the stars and tell others about the Earth. I'm sorry, Doctor, but you're not here all the time. You come and go. It happened today. Mr. Llewell and the Major. They were murdered. They died right in front of me while you were sleeping, in which case we have to defend ourselves. Britain's golden age, he remarked disdainfully, comes with a price. I gave them a warning. I should have told them to run, as fast as they can. Run and hide because the monsters are coming. The human race. Those are the people I represent, he said, offended. I did it on their behalf. Then I should have stopped you. What does that make you, Doctor? Another alien threat? He stepped towards her once more. Don't challenge me, Harriet Jones, because I'm a completely new man. I could bring down your government with a single word. You're the most remarkable man I've ever met, but I don't think you're quite capable of that. She's right, you know, a soft voice called from behind them. The doctor turned to see Angel standing in the doorway of the TARDIS, half hanging out, watching them sadly. Not a single word, she added as he frowned at her. 6 words. He blinked, thinking before nodding. I don't think so. Harriet shook her head. 6 words, he agreed. Stop it. 6. He turned and walked around her towards Alex, taking off his earpiece and speaking to him quietly. I don't think she looked tired. He turned and walked off again, leaving Alex confused and Harriet alarmed. He paused by Rose, Mickey, and Jackie, looking back as Harriet rushed to Alex. What did he say? She asked urgently. Oh, nothing really. He stumbled over his words. What did he say? Nothing. I don't know. Doctor! She turned and he just looked at her. Doctor, what did he say? She spun back to Alex. The doctor turned to Rose. Head on back. I want to put on a gentle pose. Meet you there? He walked off towards the TARDIS as Rose gave him one last look and left with her family. He smiled at Angel as he reached the doors. She stepped back, letting him in. Keep track, she told him. I think 27? He paused a bit and thought at that before shrugging and continuing on, wondering what his 27th outfit would be. The doctor stood in the enormous wardrobe of the TARDIS, shuffling through the clothes, looking for an outfit that would fit the new him. He picked up a soldier's costume and held it up, before shaking his head. Mickey, Rose, and Jackie prepared the Christmas dinner, Mickey carving on the turkey as they hurried to get everything ready. The doctor frowned as he shuffled through some more code. He had just put down his 26th consideration and was slowly growing hopeless that the very next one would be it. When he spotted a brown suit at the corner of his eye, he walked over and scooped it up, grabbing a long brown duster behind it and smiled with delight, dashing off to change. Rose served the sprouts at the table, glancing at the door, waiting for their guests to arrive. The doctor slowly walked up to a mirror, hands in his pocket, dressed in his new brown suit and jacket. He turned, looking at his reflection before leaning forward and running a hand over his face, examining it. He ran his tongue over his teeth and turned his head from side to side, admiring himself, raising his eyebrows, sniffing and nodding before heading out. "You're really getting better at this," he called as he entered the control room where he'd left Angel to get changed. "I mean, really, nice him. Thought on him." He stopped short, seeing the grilling up and resting on the console with no Angel in sight. He walked forward, peering through the bottom to see Angel kneeling above something. "What are you doing?" "Setting up the tea," she remarked quietly, though he could hear a sort of thickening in her words, like she'd been stuffed up and trying to hide it. "Didn't have time to feed it to you. Had to improvise. I got everywhere. Just trying to clean it. Need to make sure everything's okay. Everything's fixed, and..." He frowned. "Are you alright?" "Of course," she called, but he could detect a sniffle at the end. I want to fix this one thing. I just want one thing to be okay, and..." "Angel," he called gently. A moment later she burst into tears. Hey, he called, crouching by the ground. "Come here." She slowly made her way up to him as he helped her up. He pulled her closer, his heart breaking at seeing her in such a state. He could venture what was the matter, but still he asked, "Now, what's wrong?" She just shook her head and buried her face in his chest. All he could do was hold her as she cried, trying his best to comfort her. The doctor and Angel stepped into Jackie's flat a short while later, shutting the door behind them. Rose looked up and smiled at them, seeming to have forgotten all the tension from before. The doctor gave her a small smile, though it fell off his face when Angel just excused herself to go help Mickey carry something to the kitchen, avoiding Rose in the process. Rose gave a startled yelp as the Christmas cracker she pulled with the doctor banged. He won, but he passed on the prize to her anyway. "Oh, that's yours," he remarked. Rose pulled out a pink party hat. "Pink! Mum, it should have been yours." But she put it on anyway. The doctor glanced at Angel to see her beside Mickey at the table with a small smile. Uncomfortable though she was, she made an effort to put on a happy face. "Look, it's Harriet Jones!" Rose shouted, pointing to the TV. The doctor pulled out a pair of thick, rimmed brainy specs and put them on, facing the TV. "Prime Minister, is it true you're no longer fit to be in this position?" the man asked. "No," she said. "Now, can we talk about other things? Is it true you're unfit for office?" "Look, there is nothing wrong with my health. I don't know where these stories are coming from. A vote of no confidence is completely unjustified. Are you going to resign?" "On the day of all days, I'm fine. Look at me. I'm fine. I look fine. I feel fine." "It's Beth," Jackie called from the phone. "She says go and look outside." The doctor pulled off his glasses and turned back around as Rose asked, "Why?" "I don't know, just go outside and look. Come on, shift." They all got up and headed out to the courtyard to see a few other people around as well, snow falling from the heavens. They laughed and looked up, seeing meteors in the sky. "Oh, that's beautiful." Rose smiled up at the sky. "What are they, meteors?" The doctor turned to answer, pausing when he saw Angel had hung back to stand by Jackie and Mickey. She'd been giving Rose a wide berth the whole night. He felt his heart constrict at that sad, trying so hard to seem happy expression killing him. Angel was meant to smile, he decided. She was always meant to smile and laugh and be happy. Right now she wasn't. That wouldn't do at all. "It's the spaceship breaking up in the atmosphere," he mumbled. "This isn't snow, it's ash." "Okay, that's so useful. This is a brand new planet Earth. No non-existent aliens now. Everyone saw it. It's new. What about you? What are you going to do next?" "Well, back to the TARDIS. Same old life." He shrugged. "On your own," she continued tentatively. I'll never be on my own, he said, a serious note on his voice. But Angel, he gave Rose a meaningful look that she seemed to miss. He was not about to lose Angel, not to anyone. Not because of anyone. Not even Rose. Why? You want to come? Well, yeah, she nodded. Do you, though? He continued, growing even more serious. Yeah, she cheered, having not noticed. Well, then that depends. On what? On you. I just said I wanted to come, Doctor. She rolled her eyes at him. No, not that, he said, now completely serious. He looked at him, confused. You blamed her for all this when it wasn't her fault. She told you? She asked quietly. No. He shook his head. She didn't say a word. Could barely talk, actually. She's crying that hard. She's crying? Rose frowned, guilt creeping into her. She hadn't meant to make Angel cry. She knew she'd been terrible to the girl, so harsh and biting, and she knew that being terrified of losing the doctor, in shock of everything that had happened with the Daleks, and terrified of what would come with the cigarettes with no excuse. She just lashed out, as she always did, at the closest person, trying to make herself feel less responsible. It was wrong, and it was cruel, and she was so sorry that she'd done it. She didn't even like thinking about the things she said to Angel, nor just to forget those words would even come out of her mouth. So she tried to ignore what happened, to not mention it, hoping it would just go away, even though she knew that never worked. I could hear you in there, Rose, he told her. And it was true. Been able to hear everything, even what was being said in other rooms, giving you time for hearing. You heard Angel trying to give him tea. You heard Mickey and Jackie trying to warn Rose away from the remarks she made. You'd even heard Mickey comforting Angel, for which he'd never been more thankful as the idiot. But he heard Rose. He heard her speaking of her fears to her mother, her worries about what had happened. Heard how upset she was over his near-death state after he'd broken. Heard how overwhelmed she was by everything. And he could understand. She was human. The things they'd seen in the past did not amount at all to what had recently happened. And he knew how humans handled things. But it didn't change the fact that he heard everything she said to Angel, too. All the while I was sleeping, she nodded. I heard what you said. How could you do that to her? And what's more, he heard everything Angel had said to him. She was already blaming herself, he added quietly, his heart breaking as he recalled her heartbroken words, a plea for him to wake up safely. Her soft cries when everything got to be too much, but not wanting the humans to know she was afraid. He heard her every time she'd spoken, every time she whispered to him, apologizing over and over for everything. How sorry she was. How it was her fault. She was? Rose blinked back at tears. You have no idea how many times she apologized to me for it all happening, even before you yelled at her. It was my decision to take in the vortex to free her. She'd barely gotten a few months in her new body, and the one before that was chained and imprisoned for 15 years. I wanted to give her the chance to live. He fell silent for a moment, staring at her harshly. Rose, he shook his head. You were the one about to open the heart of TARDIS. I checked the programming on the hologram, Angel wrote up. It was only set to go off when someone was already trying to open the heart. He gave her a pointed look. Angel, by doing what she did, she stopped all this from being on your head. Rose's eyes widened and she gasped at that. She hadn't looked at the situation at all like that. But it was true. If she had opened the heart of the TARDIS, it really would have destroyed her. It nearly killed Angel, and she was a Time Lady. There was no way a human would have survived, unless the Doctor tried to save her too. And he would, because he was the Doctor. And then they'd be right back where they were now, only he would have died because of her, not Angel. Oh my God, she agreed, everything hitting her so much worse as she realized just how close she'd come to everything being on her instead. Angel hadn't stolen anything from her. She saved her from them. And she treated the girl so badly. She felt sick. I'll take you along on two conditions, the doctor continued, seeing the cogs working, seeing the realization dawning in Rose's eyes. It was hard not to get angry with her, but Angel wasn't, and Angel had been the one targeted by Rose. Angel was admittedly hurt, even slightly confused, though mostly hurt. She didn't understand how a human could feel one way but act another. To her, Rose's reaction had been more of the girl generally being cross with her than trying to mask her fears with attitude. And even then, she didn't want to upset Rose even more. She was just too good. So to her, he tried to keep his temper in check. He could understand humans more. He knew where Rose's mind had gone, and now she dealt with the situation and how she dealt with the situation in such a human way. She was human. Anything, Rose said quickly, eager for some way to make her actions up, not only to the doctor, but to Angel. You apologize to her, and you don't ever do anything like that again. Understood? Rose nodded and turned on her heel to go talk to Angel. He watched from a distance as Rose gently tugged the time maybe a few feet apart and tearfully apologized, explaining why she had acted the way she had, and speaking of how it wasn't right to treat her that way at all. Angel, as he knew she would, just nodded and gave Rose an understanding smile. She was the most forgiving soul he knew, and the two women hugged before laughing and walking back to the doctor, arm in arm, and coming to stand beside him, Angel between them. So, we all set? Yeah. Yep. Rose grinned. You're never going to say, are you? Nikki said quietly, and they looked over to see him looking at the ground. Rose frowned. There's just so much out there. So much to see. I've got to. He smiled, understanding but still not happy. Yeah. Angel just gave him a sad smile as well, wanting so badly to invite him along, but knowing it wasn't her place to do so. She wasn't a pilot. Well, I reckon you're mad, Jackie said. So a lot of you, but you go looking for trouble. The doctor rushed up to her. Trouble's just the bits in between. Put an arm around her and looked up at the sky. It's all waiting out there, Jackie. Brand new to me. All those planets, creatures on the horizon. I haven't seen them yet. Not with these eyes. He walked back to Rose and Angel, standing back on the other side of Angel. And it is gonna be fantastic. Rose smiled at the use of his old catchphrase. The doctor just reached out and took Angel's hand, looking at the stars. Rose frowned a bit at the action, but figured she'd done enough harm and hurt to Angel to last a lifetime. She could give her this. From now on, her and the doctor would just be friends. Besides, with the way he'd been acting and focused on Angel since he woke up, this doctor was her sort of man, and he really wasn't her sort of man either. She understood now her feelings. It was the confusion of the moment, the shock of losing him so suddenly. It hit her all at once, so fast that she thought that she might be feeling it so intensely because she felt something more for the doctor than just friendship. But now that it's all settled down, she didn't feel that way any longer. It made her realize he was an amazing man, probably the most amazing man she ever met, but just didn't click, the two of them. She didn't feel that spark that she always heard love was meant to be. As she could see, he clearly felt it with Angel, and for that, she couldn't be happy for her two friends. No, her friend and her sister. So, where are we going to go first? She smiled. Uh, that way. He pointed up at a star in the sky. Angel grinned. No, I think we'll... I pushed his hand to the left. There. That way? Rose pointed. Angel just laughed, nudging her hand to the right. The doctor stood in the TARDIS looking at the console, just refueling for more, giving Rose a night home with her mum for Christmas. Angel popped out from under the grilling, having finished the last bit of cleaning. All done, she grinned, taking his offered hand and hauling herself out of the hole, dropping the grilling down. She looked up at him. Anything else that needs to be done? Yeah, he nodded. One more thing. She waited a moment, but he said nothing, just looked at her and thought, what is it? Earlier, I was weakened and the TARDIS didn't work. That could be really dangerous. Alright, so what do you want to do? I want you to monitor the TARDIS too, he said, watching as her mouth dropped open in shock. Of anything he could have said, he knew that was not what she expected, even being a precog. Doctor? She shook her head. Are you serious? Very. But They're only time two people born. Same TARDIS as well is when they take a mate. I know, he smiled at her. On Gallifrey, TARDISes weren't just transport ships that shared a connection to its pilots. They were alive. They became a part of the pilot's life. Two people would typically only bond with the same TARDIS, and that TARDIS was meant to become a part of the family, so to speak. More often than not, their children would become pilots of it as well. It was a family object, meant to keep an entire family safe. It was where the notion of the pilot's designated routine companions came from. The TARDIS would only protect those the pilots trusted and cared for, most often their children, but also their trusted friends, their companions. And she knew what this meant. He wasn't asking her to break tradition and to bond with the TARDIS without mating for him. He was literally asking her to become his mate as well. That was a very serious thing to do. She blinked. But we can't. Why not? He frowned. His heart on the verge of breaking. Doctor, Peter. What? She breathed, praying that hadn't just happened. His emotions were high, she knew, but she didn't want him to rush into this. It was far too serious a matter to take lightly, and she hadn't got the chance to actually talk to him about her own feelings for him, these possible feelings for her from before he regenerated. She didn't want this to just be an after effect of the regeneration. I'm so sorry, my name is Peter, he told her. No, she shook her head quickly. Don't do this, don't. To tell someone your name was absolutely forbidden on Gallifrey, except for mating. The only ones who knew your name were your parents and you. Not even your siblings knew your name, being raised to refer to each other as brother or sister or small nicknames and the like. It was that sacred of a secret. The only time they were allowed or able to tell someone else their name was when they took a mate, beginning the process of trust and connection that mates were known for. It was the most sacred secret a mated pair could share. I'm sorry, he sighed, turning around to look at the console. I know it's sudden and unexpected. I mean, you don't know what sort of man I am now. Neither do I, for that matter. But what I do know is that when I saw you crying, all I wanted to do was make you feel better, cheer you up. And when I realized it was Rose that made me sad, I was going to leave her up so she doesn't hurt you anymore. I care about you so much. And it's not just this version of me. I did before. He shook his head, not noticing her gasp behind him at that admission. I couldn't express it. I was too hurt, too scarred, too broken from the war. But I'm better now. You made me better. You healed me and put me back together and mended pieces of me that know have been broken. He ran hands through his hair. I'm sorry, Angel. Stella, came a quiet whisper. He stiffened, his eyes widened for a moment before he turned to face her, stunned. What? She smiled at him, tears in her eyes. My name. She took a breath. Stella. Then he slowed, scarcely daring to hope. You accept? Well, we need to take this slow, she warned, stepping close to him, also telling him that she did indeed accept. Do this properly. Of course, he nodded. Yes. Before all, he quickly reached out and pulled her to him, kissing her deeply, savoring the experience, committing every facet of it to the full memory, every emotion, every thought, few though they were, every sensation. Angel had once let it slip that she'd dreamed of kissing him. He had to admit the same for quite some time. And this, right here, right now, was so much better than any dream his vivid imagination had come up with. Angel found herself quite breathless as they pulled apart, but she had to say one thing floating through her mind. That isn't exactly taking it slow. Right, sorry. He nodded, stepping back, realizing he was probably moving far too fast then. Angel laughed, walking up to him, putting her arms around his neck as he confusedly put his around her waist. I wasn't complaining. I was just thinking. That wasn't slow. He beamed at her, leaning forward to kiss her again, much slower. Ah, that's the end of chapter 6. and we got like the romance now starting between the Doctor and Angel. It's so sweet. And we also have a picture on Archive. So for those of you who are not following along on Archive, it's just the Doctor, Angel, and Rose standing in the snow, like that was in this chapter with the TARDIS. It's really sweet. So that's the end of chapter 6. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, go leave a review, comment, kudos, all that stuff. We are done here, but before you go, make sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys next Friday with a new video. Bye!